Good evening, you're watching The Buck Stops Here. I'm Nidhi Razdan. A happy new year to all of you. Tonight, our big focus this evening, the BJP and the PDP struggle to find common ground to form a government in Jammu and Kashmir, but can they let go of ideological differences and come together? As Mehbooba Mufti invokes Vajpayee's policies on J&K and Pakistan, will the Prime Minister follow that path of dialogue? Well, that looks difficult because the two countries have started off the year on a very acrimonious note, with Pakistan even dismissing India's concerns on Zakir-ur-Rahman Lakhvi as hype. Its resumption of dialogue in any form, far from reality. And 2014 was the year of Narendra Modi. Will he deliver in 2015? That's the big debate on the expectations of the Modi Sarkar. But first, our top story tonight. There's no end to the deadlock in the government formation in Jammu and Kashmir. BJP leaders met Governor N. Vora in Jammu today and asked for more time. It appears that there will be quite some time before something concrete emerges, but if it does, the PDP is facing stiff opposition from within, and the BJP is trying to strike a good deal for Jammu, from where their 25 MLAs were elected.
हमने कहा है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को सबसे ज्यादा वोट जो हैं वो मिले हैं जम्मू कश्मीर में, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को लोगों ने सरकार बनाने के लिए अपना मत दिया है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने प्रक्रिया प्रारंभ की है और बातचीत जो है वो चल रही है, इसलिए थोड़ा सा समय और लगेगा और 6 साल के लिए सरकार बने और 27 सरकार बने, इसके लिए थोड़ा सा समय लगेगा। प्रक्रिया आगे बढ़ रही है, तो मुझे लगता है कि जल्द ही इस पर फैसला जो है वो।
Well, very interesting times there ahead in Jammu and Kashmir. Sambit Patra, spokesperson of the BJP, Salman Soos, spokesperson of the Congress Party, Naeem Akhtar, the chief spokesperson of the PDP, and Dr. Radha Kumar, who is the former interlocutor on Jammu and Kashmir, join us on this program, on this first part of the program tonight. Naeem Akhtar Saab, let me ask you first, sir. I know you can't negotiate government formation on national television, but are you any closer, you would say, towards moving towards forming a government with the BJP than you were, say, a week ago, or are all the options still open?
You see, Nidhi, options are still open, but as everybody can make out, this is a evolving situation. It certainly is not the same as it was on 23rd of December. This divided mandate, fractured mandate has thrown up a very tough challenge to all the political players in the field. So we need time to form a government that's able to deliver that on all the fronts, development as well as political. Because Jammu Kashmir, as you know, is unlike any other state. And the regional aspirations, the state's overall development, the peace scenario, the political scenario, everything has to be considered, because you know peace has been so fragile in Jammu and Kashmir, and any wrong step, any hasty step could perhaps lay the foundations for instability. So that's why we are treading very cautiously, keeping all our options open. The channels are open with all the parties, with the Congress and with the BJP, but we are looking forward to have a stable government that represents the aspirations of all the regions and is able to deliver.
Can I ask you, since you are authorized as the senior most spokesperson in the party today to speak on these issues, would you say that there is a debate going on within your own party about whether or not to ally with the BJP, because you're ideologically very different parties? Do you believe that there are two parts to this question? One, that there can be a common ground for the sake of governance for J&K, and two, is there a vigorous debate going on within the PDP about whether or not to proceed with this?
I would call it neither vigorous nor debate, but I would certainly call it consultation. There is a process of consultation going on at the highest level, and which has gone down the line up to the grassroots level. And we are trying to make sense of this verdict, how to come out of this situation. And and obviously no party is a party of robos. There are free thinkers, there are people with their own ideas, and it's not necessary that everybody should be having similar views on any of the options that we have. But how to harmonize all these views and opinions and try to give the state the best possible deal is a political challenge, of course, for Mufti Muhammad Saeed, for the leadership of this party, as we see also for other parties at the national level.
Sambit Patra, let me ask you then that from the BJP's point of view, certainly the MLAs in Jammu have been very vociferous, very public in their demands that, you know, the BJP too should have a shot at the Chief Minister's post, at least by rotation, if nothing else. Others would say that Mufti Saeed certainly deserves the full 6 years. They are, after all, the single largest party, and, you know, the BJP would be magnanimous in giving them support in doing so. Would the BJP be willing to relook at that, and, you know, would the leadership and the MLAs be willing to relook at that issue of chief ministership, or is that still a key demand?
So Nidhi, as my previous spokesperson was rightly saying, this is an evolving process. The whole thing is evolving, so the key words over here would be patience. We really need to have patience, and I would not preempt anything as to whether we are going with this party or whether we are going with that party, how the government would be formed. I think I would not preempt. But while yes, one thing is absolutely clear from the beginning itself, and that's what we were discussing with the governor also today, that out of the 87 seats we contested only 76 seats, yet we could garner the highest percentage of the popular vote in Jammu and Kashmir. That only points to the fact that people of Jammu and Kashmir want that Bharatiya Janata Party should play a very important role in delivering what they need most, that is development. So in this regard, it's but natural in democracy that we have discussions, we have consultations with the major stakeholder parties in Jammu and Kashmir, and that's going on. And I believe I'm in a position right now not to preempt anything beyond this.
I think that's a fair point, because like I said, you can't discuss government formation in TV studios, although we would like you to. But let me take this question to Salman Soz then. Salman Soz, isn't it only fair that under the circumstances and given the numbers in the assembly, that it should be, you know, if it is possible, a PDP-BJP government? And therefore, should the Congress really be stepping into this debate at all? Salman Soz.
Well, first of all, the important thing when you consider formation of a government is that it be credible and it be, you know, it have a lasting impact, it be durable. And I think the way the mandate has come about, I think it is very complicated. And it is by no means a certainty that having adequate numbers guarantees you a sustainability of a government. So, you know, ideologies do matter, comfort level does matter, chemistry matters, and you can't really combine oil and water. That's what I think. But we're not really inserting ourselves anywhere. What we are interested in, what the Congress party is most interested in, is that we have a government in place, a civilian government, not governor's rule, because our state has gone through a period of great difficulty because of the floods. And we need, you know, serious work quickly on reconstruction. And for that, we need a proper government. And so, you know, to the extent that our help is needed in forming a government, that is what we have offered. We have not tried to kind of subvert the mandate. We're not in a position to form the government. We don't have the mandate to subvert the government. We just try to be helpful. But if, well, for example, our support is not required, then we'll sit in the opposition.
Sambit is smiling at your helpfulness. Sambit, quick response. Sorry? And then I'll come to Radha Kumar. Yes, Sambit.
Salman is a dear friend, and I wish him and other panelists as well as you a very happy new year. But I would take a shot at Salman over here and the Congress party by saying Congress, as usual, is again out in search of surrogate mother in Jammu and Kashmir. And sometimes the vernacular language is something which can express in way beyond I would be in English. And in Hindi it is said, Begane Shadi mein Abdullah Diwana. So, I mean, you see, I mean, who will form the government? The Congress should be least bothered about it, because the kind of mandate that has been thrown to Congress is something Congress should be introspecting rather than extending helps from beyond the fence.
Salman, quickly, I'd like to come to Radha Kumar. Yes.
Actually, you know, Sambit, yes, indeed, I'm very disappointed that our party has not done as well. But mind you, our party is the only party of all political parties in the state that has seats in all regions all three regions of the state. So you should do some introspection as to why, despite having a member of parliament from Ladakh, you do not win a single seat there. Why, despite all of the minimum government and maximum governance motto that Mr. Modi has, why did you not win a single seat in the valley? Why did you lose 33 out of 34 deposits in the valley?
Let me
do some
just come to
introspection as well, because your
Radha Kumar.
message
One
did not
second,
get through.
gentlemen, 1 second. Let me come
This
to
is
Radha
height of
Kumar on
preaching,
this.
you know.
Well, before this, becomes the usual BJP Congress spat. Radha Kumar, you wrote a very interesting article the other day. You said that, in a sense, the BJP and the PDP coming together would be the best solution, but it's also the thorniest. And one of the big problems in excluding the BJP from any government would be that it's got a tremendous mandate in Jammu. How do you ignore, as Naeem Akhtar was also saying, you do have to take regional aspirations on board as well. How do you ignore an entire region, one? And two, how do the two parties square off? Because ideologically they are so divergent and so different, whether it's on Pakistan, on separatists, on dialogue with these groups, on AFSPA. Do you see a meeting ground, Radha Kumar?
Nidhi, let me say two things to start off with. One, that I do believe that in the very starkest way, these elections have shown regional aspirations and also regional divides. And in that context, of course, Mehbooba Mufti's statement today about reconciliation having to be a priority is a very important statement. Clearly, if the BJP and the PDP are to come together, then they would have to have reconciliation as a common ground, along with the focus on development and the potential for integrating the states through the economy. I think would be a very important potential that they could agree on. Let me add here, though, that the Congress is actually a very important partner, especially if you're looking at the regional issue, since they have swept Ladakh. And while Ladakh is numerically, the population is very small, territorially it's very large, and it has a huge strategic importance for the country. And therefore, that is an area where the BJP will have to work with the Congress, no matter how much sniping you do on television shows. I do hope that a real spirit of cooperation will be born for the sake of Ladakh.